All right, we're going to continue on. Please continue on enjoying your breakfast, but we're going to continue on with our program here. So I have the honor to introduce our next speaker, Ray Bourque. Ray is a former professional hockey player, probably best known, but he holds the record for the most career goals, the most assists, and the most points by a defenseman in the National Hockey League. He won the James Norris Memorial Trophy as the NHL Best Defenseman 5 times. Ray twice finished second in voting for the Hart Memorial Trophy, in a rarity for a defenseman. He was named the end-of-the-season All-Star teams 19 times. Ray completed the 1998 Winter Olympics in Japan as a member of the Montreal Canadiens. Ray later became nearly synonymous for the Boston Bruins franchise for 21 seasons and became the Bruins' longest-serving captain, serving as captain for 15 years. Ray finished his career as a Colorado Avalanche, where he won his only Stanley Cup champion, his first in the NHL game. In 2017, he was named one of the 100 greatest NHL players. Since retiring, Ray has a restaurant. He owns Tresca's in the North End on Hanover Street. He manages the Bourque Family Foundation, supports charitable events in and around the Boston area. Avid golfer, he belongs to the Salem Country Club, and in 2017 served as honorary chair for the U.S. Open champion in Peabody, Massachusetts. And you're going to see in a few minutes, he's generally a great guy. And we had the opportunity to hang out with him yesterday, supported cornhole, played cornhole. We threw bags together. We were on the same team. We lost, but we gave it hell. Really great guy. Big round of applause for Ray Bourque.
Thank you, Doug. We lost, but we lost to a team that had their own bags. Like, who does that, right? Who brings that to a charity event? Doing stuff like this for me is awesome. I love supporting. Hockey's given me so much in my life, but what it's given me most, I think, is a platform to do stuff like this and to raise money and to give. We created the Bourque Family Foundation like almost 9 years now, and it's been so fulfilling doing stuff with my family and raising money for special causes. And Doug, congratulations to you and your company. Being the leaders in this and bringing people and your team and your partners at an event like this is amazing. I had an amazing day yesterday, meeting the athletes and collecting all these cards. Thank you so much for the cards. Usually I'm... Not that I go around giving my card out, but usually I'm signing all these cards all the time, and it was just so much fun getting these cards from you guys and being so proud of what you do. I was introduced to Special Olympics way back when my son was playing Little League. We had Corey O'Keefe that was playing on our team, and he was so much fun to have around, and he'd be out in the outfield and he'd be playing his position, and then the kids just loved him. He brought so much energy, and it was so much fun to be around. And then he went on to win some medals in golf and weightlifting, so I was introduced back then and watching him do some of these events, and it was just amazing. Thomas, what a story. What a great job you did up here. Congratulations, that's amazing. And those times and winning a marathon. I just did an interview out there talking while I was here today, and one of the questions they asked me, what can you tell the kids, what's your message to the kids? I'm like, I got nothing. My message is nothing. It's their message to us and how they go about their business every day and how passionate they are about what they do. We get caught up in all the stuff that is around us and just seeing their smiles and how they act and how they deal with things every single day. I said, that's the message to us that we should take, that sometimes we just take stuff for granted, and they're very inspiring to be around. So for me, it's great. I met yesterday Sean, Jason, Amanda, Amy, and just hearing their stories. Like I said, hockey's given me so much, and I know what it took to really have success and to have an amazing career. I could never have dreamt to have the career that I had. I grew up in Montreal. I started playing hockey. I was 5 years old. I went through the ranks. I got to Boston. I was 18 years old. And then, I look back on a 22-year career. And when I look back, I kind of figure out that, for me, it was about having a plan, how you prepared for that plan, and then having the perseverance that you have to go through a lot of the ups and downs that you have to go through. And then, if you have passion for what you're doing, it just brings everything together. So for me, those 4 Ps, when I look back on my career, really was key to allow me to have the success that I did. And when I think about these athletes, they have all of that in Spears. They do that. They have the passion, the perseverance that, to fight through to get to these meets and to get to these ultimate, like the finals. They travel the world to compete in some of these events. So for me, I look back, and that's what it was all about. These are champions. I was a champion. It took me 22 years to become a champion, and that's why I left Boston, because it wasn't going to happen here. I really wish it was going to happen here. I went to 2 finals. We played the Oilers twice in '88 and '90, and we came short, but it was pretty much the only thing left for me to kind of fulfill my career. And it happened in Colorado, and it was an amazing experience. And lifting that cup over my head, they say, how do you feel? When I was so relieved that it finally happened for me. And it was amazing experience for me and my family that we lived out there. But you guys are the champions here. And we're celebrating you today. And all of you, you're lifting that cup over your head every single day. So continue the great work, guys. You guys are amazing. You're fun to be around. And it was a pleasure being here today. So have a great day, and congratulations to everybody.
Ray said it best. I've had the privilege and the honor of working for Eversource for about 36 years, my whole career. And we serve in 4 states in New England: Connecticut, Mass, and New Hampshire, gas, water, and electric, about over 5 million customers. But one of our core things we do at Eversource, one of our core values, is giving back and volunteering and giving back to organizations like Special Olympics in the communities we serve across the Northeast. And I'm proud to work with my fellow employees. And I'd like to just shout out to the Eversource employees, if they can all stand up. And then those that donated today, that made this event, please stand up for a round of applause and a big thank you. Thank you. We can't do this without your support and all the employees that are behind the scenes volunteering at many of the events and many of the volunteer days we do around the community. Thank you for all you do. I do want to give a shout out to our presenting sponsors, Eversource and Sunbelt, been here every year for the breakfast and other things. Thank you, Pat. And our gold sponsors, East Coast Power, Woodstock Power Company, Service Credit Union, and MTV. So a big round of applause for our gold and presenting sponsor. All right, it's my pleasure to introduce somebody who's been part of Special Olympics New Hampshire practically her whole life. Before joining the staff, she was a volunteer of Unified Partners and a management team member. Today, she serves as Chief Operating Officer and has helped leading our vision and where we're going here in New Hampshire. Please welcome Bridget.
Thanks, Doug. Good morning, everybody. Special Olympics has always been a part of my life. I grew up volunteering at events, and like so many others, I found something here that felt like home. I found a place where I was accepted, encouraged, and inspired, long before I really knew who I was. It shaped me in ways I didn't fully understand for many years. And now, I get to see that same sense of community changing lives every single day. Most people have a picture in their mind when they think about Special Olympics. Athletes on a track, standing on a podium receiving a medal, joy, pride, celebration. And yes, that's who we are. But Special Olympics is also much more, and I'd like to paint a picture of that for us. Across the Granite State, athletes train weekly in local programs: basketball, bowling, alpine skiing, and many other sports. Volunteer coaches teach discipline, teamwork, strategy, following rules, and working toward personal best. Then athletes compete for medals, for pride, and for growth. The training to competition pathway mirrors what life teaches us: prepare, commit, perform, and improve. In our schools, we lead Unified Champion Schools program, where students with and without ID are teammates together. They train and compete together, run inclusive clubs, and educate their classmates. They're not just participating, they're transforming school culture. Our health and fitness programs address significant barriers people with ID face in accessing healthcare. Many athletes see multiple doctors before finding one truly equipped to treat them. At our summer games, we work to change that by offering free health screenings, checking eyes, ears, teeth, and general fitness, while also training the next generation of healthcare professionals in inclusive care. So yes, we're a sports organization, but we're not only a sports organization. We're wellness, we're inclusion, and we're community. And when all of these layers come together, the impact becomes deeper and more powerful. A quick look at our reach. We serve more than 2,500 athletes with 117 schools, 54 local programs, and we offer training and competition in 20 Olympic-style sports. We're backed by more than 4,000 almost 4,000 volunteers. Every one of those numbers represents a life being strengthened and uplifted. The future of SONH is bright, and I'll tell you why. When Special Olympics began, the world didn't believe that people with ID could play sports. The bar was low, and today, look at us. Look at Thomas, a world marathon runner. Look at our Athlete Leadership Council, which we'll hear from soon, talking about the community service work that they are doing across the state. Our athletes are thriving, and they're leading. We have changed what the world believes is possible. And the most exciting part is imagining what's next. Imagine what our athletes will show us that they're capable of in the next 5 years or in the next 50. To all of you here this morning, thank you. Thank you for your time, for your presence, and for your belief in our mission. Your support fuels every medal, every cheer, and every barrier we continue to break together. I'm truly grateful that you're all a part of this with us. Thank you. And now, it's my pleasure to introduce someone who has been an incredible partner to the organization. Mike Elmer is the Vice President of People and Culture at Cook Northeast and the Treasurer of our board. He is a true champion for our athletes in this mission. Please join me in welcoming Mike Elmer.
Good morning. I have, I think, perhaps the easiest speaking role here, and you'll understand why in a second. But yeah, I am Mike Elmer, board member of Special Olympics New Hampshire for going on 13 years. I'm also proud to be part of Coca-Cola Beverages Northeast, a Mary informed me this morning, 50-year sponsor of Special Olympics New Hampshire in 2026. So we look forward to celebrating that. Thank you to my Coke team who showed up in a really big way and continue to show up and support. And I'm also a first-time coach of Special Olympics. I'm really excited to be a tennis coach for USA teams Andres Torgay and Lily Leonard Heath, tennis team New Hampshire, representing this state in the 2026 Minnesota USA Games. So I say I have the easiest speaking role because I'm going to ask you for money. I'm going to ask you for your time and investment. But first, I just want to say thank you for making the time to be here this morning. And thanks to so many here who have given, who continue to give, and will continue. And really, I think I don't have to tell you why that's important. You've heard about that for the last hour. And I think what you got from other speakers is what your investment in time, resources, money, in-kind gifts, how that is paid back. It's not a one-for-one investment. It's a 10-to-1 or 100-to-1. When you see what athletes like Thomas and so many others that I've been lucky to be associated with do with the resources that you provide, your time, your money, your any in-kind gift. It is incredible to see what they do for themselves. It's not us doing for them, it's them doing for themselves, them doing for others, and how that just returns and makes us all feel great. So with that, I'm going to ask the table captains, athletes, to pass out the cards that you have to the other members of your table. I'll give you a moment to do that, and just you'll notice on the card there's an opportunity to please share your contact information if we haven't somehow captured that already, but that always helps us to reconfirm. You'll also, of course, see the opportunity to make a donation to continue to support Special Olympics New Hampshire. And as importantly, you'll see the opportunities on that card that will allow you to identify the many different types of ways that you can support in person or indirectly or directly in any way being a part of this mission. And I promise you, like others, that you'll be rewarded for that investment. So please take your time. There's opportunity for using a QR code for the technical way to do it, and other ways to give as the envelope indicates. So when you've completed filling out your cards, please pass those and the envelopes back to your table captain, and those will be collected after the breakfast. Thank you so much. Thank you for being here. Thanks for anything you can give, and I'll return it now back to Doug Foley.
Thank you. All right, thank you, Mike and Coke Northeast. I will say, McDonald's, best Diet Coke ever, so keep up the good work. I had an opportunity, we had a board meeting at Coke down in Merrimack, and got a nice tour, so all the Coke you drink in New England is manufactured here in New Hampshire, so I think that's correct, right, Mike? Yeah, so keep up the good work. 50 years, congratulations on that. Thank you for filling out the envelopes and giving back to such a great organization. We appreciate that. All right, so now something different we didn't do in the last couple of years, and it's really my favorite part of today's program. So it's about leadership and giving back to the community. And this fall, a group of athletic leaders, the athletes within Special Olympics of New Hampshire, launched a project to give back. And they've collected over 60 pairs of warm, waterproof boots, gift cards for the Friends of Isaiah 61 Calf in Laconia. Isaiah 61 is an organization that helps people in needs. Many of them are homeless. They're in the Laconia, Lakes region area. They provide meals, clothing, showers, warm place, the ability to get out of the cold and some shelter. Don is typically up on the stage, singing, playing the guitar, and it's just a enjoyable, calming calf. And if you're in the Laconia area, I would encourage you all to stop by and see the great work that her and her team, 100% volunteers, do every day for folks in need in and around the Lakes region. So congratulations and thank you for what you do. Now, as part of being led by other athletes, there's one thing that the leadership team wanted to do with this boot drive. They wanted to give back. So many people have helped them and encouraged them throughout their life with their personal goals. The leadership team, the athletes that make up the leadership team, wanted to give back to an organization in need, and they selected Isaiah 61 calf. But I'm going to call up Brandon Zink because he's going to do a better job. He led the effort, and he's going to share what he did, and he's going to represent the group. But you're going to hear from Brandon. Come on up, Brandon.
Hi, everyone. My name is Brendan Zink, and I'm a Special Olympics New Hampshire athlete. I compete in traditional basketball, track and field, and powerlifting. I am also an athlete leader. Before I found Special Olympics, my life looked very different. There were years when I didn't have a stable place to live, and I wondered how I would stay warm, and where would I sleep. Those were some of the hardest times of my life, and I will never forget them. When I joined Special Olympics 8 years ago, everything started to change. I made real friends, I learned how to build relationships, I found confidence, and I found a community that gave me a place to belong. Because of that support, I've been able to build a steady life, hold a job, get healthy, and be part of something bigger than myself. That is why this fall, our athlete leaders wanted to do something to give back. We worked on collecting 60 pairs of boots, but I heard we collected over 100 pair of boots. For our friends at Isaiah 61 Cafe in Laconia. Isaiah 61 helps people who are unhoused or struggling, and I know firsthand how much something as simple as a warm, waterproof boots can mean in the winter. We went up to Isaiah 61 house, Laura and Don, great hosts. I'm really proud to say that we're there with the help from all the people across the state, including many of you in this room. Because the project has gone so well, we are now collecting sleeping bags and backpacks to help more people stay warm and safe this winter. If you haven't had a chance to support the project yet, don't worry, it's not too late. And if you already have, thank you. Your generosity means more than you could know. This project means a lot to me. I know what it's like to be cold, and I know what it's like to be helped. And now, through Special Olympics, I get to be on the giving side. Our leadership council does too. We're not just athletes, we're leaders, and we're learning how to support our communities the same way our communities have supported us. Thank you for believing in us and for helping us make a real difference this winter. Thank you.
What am I doing with those? All right, Brandon, thank you. What a great message, and thank for your leadership putting this together. We really appreciate it. And wow, over 100 booths. Wow, that's quite. We're going to need another pickup truck to get them up to Laconia. So that's great. All right, we're going off script here a little bit. So this is the trophy from golf tournament? Yes. All right. SO Cup. SO Cup, the last couple of years we've been hosting with law enforcement friends at Owl's Nest in Thornton, New Hampshire, and I guess these are the winners. This is what Mary does, for those that know Mary. So, Gratline. Scott? Is Scott here from Gratline? Rubeski? All right, Mary said he was. All right, Joe Callahan, a new grandfather from One Source. Where's Joe? Congratulations. Hey, Joe, was this you or your son? Your son, all right, that makes sense. Come on, I've seen you play golf. You're like me. Go on up, you might as well get a picture, right? All right, so we're gonna wrap this up. So just a couple closing comments. Again, raffle over there in the corner as you leave. I like all the athletes and law enforcement over in that corner. My right-hand corner, we're gonna get a group photo, and Ray, if you could join us, that'd be great. So thank you. We'll do a couple quick photographs. Just to wrap up, and we've said this, many times. Thank you. There's so many good organizations out there, and you choose to be involved with Special Olympics and spend time with us this morning to learn more about the mission, and more importantly, to hear firsthand from some of the athletes and their personal goals and struggles and how the program helped them. So a big round of applause to Brendan and everybody and Tom that came up and shared that. And as you can see, like all of us, we develop in our skills and setting goals, and even getting up here and talking in front of a large group. So you guys rocked it today. So nice job. And for me personally, on behalf of Eversource, as I said earlier, we do so much in the communities we serve, and I can't do it without the vendors, the suppliers, folks that support the good work that we do day in and day out for our customers. So thank you for giving your dollars and supporting the work that Eversource does in the communities we serve. With that, thank you for today. Happy Thanksgiving, safe travels, and a big round of applause. Thank you. All right, Ray Bourque is going to be out in the hallway after we do the photos. He's more than willing. He's going to be doing autographs, a few pictures. So if you want to meet Ray and get a snap or an autograph, he'll be right outside in the corridor there. So thanks.